Yeah, we're all freaking out about murder hornets right now, but don't forget who the king of creepy bugs is. Spiders have been making us poop our pants in terror before hornets were even taking flight, and frankly, if I had to choose a bug that could potentially take over the world, I would choose murder hornets way over any of the spiders we have on today's list. Spiders are always crawling their way into our homes and leaving webs around for us to walk through. Getting a cobweb in your face is worse than being shamed on the internet for something you did 20 years ago. That's why I'm bringing you today's list of top 10 spiders scarier than murder hornets. I am, of course, your host, Chadarena, and all of you at home are, of course, the most amazing top 10 family, and I would love it if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Also, stick around for the whole list because I'm going to be doing some more pet shoutouts, which you guys love so much. Remember, if you want me to shout out your pet, you can hit me up on Instagram. And without taking any longer, let's get into this list. At number 10, we have the mouse spider. There are several different kinds of mouse spiders, and how did this big old creepy crawly get its name? Is it because it tends to prey on mice, injecting them with venom and then slowly pulling their dead corpse back into its lair to feast? Well, they do that, but that's not how they got their name. The reason we have dubbed this arachnid the mouse spider is because they are so big and hairy, we often mistake them for mice. Just saying that sentence makes me want to go to bed wearing chainmail and plate armor. Could you imagine a spider so big you have to kill it with a mouse trap? Oh, and we're gonna have way bigger spiders than that on this list. We're only at number 10. On the larger side, these things clock in around an inch and a half, which is almost 4 centimeters. If they bite you, you might get lucky. This spider has a tendency to give a dry bite, which is a bite that doesn't inject you with any venom. This is painful, but it's just a warning to tell you to bugger off and head for the hills. But if you get exposed to the neurotoxin that lives in this bad boy's fangs, then you should head straight to the hospital because without an antivenom, you are a goner. At number 9, we have the red-legged widow. Before doing this list, I thought the black widow was the only widow spider that we had, and I just learned there's a whole family of these dudes. Great, even more creepy crawlies for me to be afraid of. Now I have to say that the red-legged widow looks even cooler than the black widow. It has brightly colored orangish red legs and has red dots on the underside of its abdomen. If this spider was a person, it would for sure have neon colored hair and might be making TikToks professionally. They mainly pop up in Florida, which is just another thing to be scared of when you're down there. I thought hurricanes and the dreaded Florida man was enough, but it seems like there are even more things out there that are trying to kill you. If you get bit by this dude, then you are in for a world of hurt. There's a chance that it will kill you, but you might just be in some of the most intense pain you have ever felt. The venom uses your lymphatic system as a highway to spread through your body, and once it's got you, you should expect fever-like symptoms, extreme cramping, and pus flowing out of the bite location. At number 8, we have the yellow sac spider. This is a little dude who packs a powerful punch. They are so small you might think they are harmless, only being about 0.75 inches or 2 centimeters, but you shouldn't underestimate these mini devils. Just like the red-legged widow, they don't have a high chance of killing you, but the bite will leave you in intense pain for days if not treated. Think of having the worst flu you've ever had while giving birth. I'm not sure if it's exactly that bad, but it's supposed to be horrible. And these guys are everywhere. They're found mostly in warmer climates, but they have been spotted in Japan, America, and Australia. They're just little world travelers. Here's a hot tip for you guys. These spiders are attracted to gasoline. So you know those weirdos that like the smell of gas? I'm one of those weirdos. Well, we all have something in common with this spider. So if you live in an area where yellow sac spiders are prevalent, you should check your car before you get in. And if you find one in your car, you should just light your car on fire and move on. At number 7, we have the Goliath bird-eating tarantula. Okay, just off the name, this doesn't sound like something that should be on this list. It sounds like something that should be in a movie battling Godzilla for the fate of the Earth. For this point, I wanted to step away from spiders that could ruin your week with a single bite and go into the category of spiders that are so big you have to walk them on a leash. This thing can grow to be a foot long. Your little chihuahua that you have in your home, the spider would take it down in seconds. This spider is so big that its fangs are an inch long. Just the fangs are as big as some of the spiders we have on this list. Now, don't worry about running into this guy walking down the street. They can only be found in the rainforest. Also, here's something very gross about them. They can rub their legs together to make noise, making them one of the only spiders that actually gives off a warning signal. At number 6, we have the Sydney funnel spider. We are jetting back over to Australia for this bad boy. It should be no surprise that we're going to reference Australia a bunch of times on a list of spiders. The funnel web spider is pretty unique because they build their webs in a vertical tube that goes down into the ground. They set a bunch of strings around the web, and when something steps onto one of these strings, the spider will jump out, snag the prey, and then drag it back into the web tube. Now, if this bad boy bites you, you are in for a world of hurt. This spider can kill you. The venom gets into your nervous system, and once it's coursing through your veins, you will slowly start to lose your motor functions. It will start with your mouth, you will have trouble talking, and drool will start to spill out of your face. After that, your limbs will go weak and you'll probably pass out. Well, that's if it bites you in the leg or the arm. If this guy manages to sink his teeth into somewhere close to your heart, you'll be dead in 10 minutes. We have the fringed ornamental tarantula. This big 10-inch long tarantula is actually kind of beautiful, and that's why I put him on this list. Beauty can be a gift and a curse, as these things are nice to look at with their blue exoskeleton and crystal white hairs, but these bombshells are so hot people tend to keep them as pets. I mean, I don't think someone would ever surprise you with that. Spider-owning people are pretty easy to spot, but the fact that they are a coveted house pet might increase your chances of running into one. Getting bitten by one of these can be extremely painful and can lead to intense muscle spasms for weeks if you aren't treated quickly. At number 4, we have the brown recluse. Now let's give all of our American viewers something to be afraid of. The brown recluse is usually found in the Midwest of America, but there are a ton throughout California as well. Now there are 2 things that make this spider deadly enough to be on today's list. First, they tend to make their home inside your home. Yeah, these aren't spiders who are happy living in the wild, nesting in trees. They aren't the hippie spiders that want to be one with nature. No, what inspires this spider is city life, and they typically find dark corners of your home to nest in. Did you think it was time for a little spring cleaning? Well, you might want to scan the area first to see if there's a monster hidden somewhere. The other thing that makes these spiders so deadly is the bite. It doesn't tend to kill adults, but it can be deadly to children. But it's the effects that are so menacing. There was a time when people thought the brown recluse spider contained flesh-eating disease because it would rot away a chunk of flesh from the surrounding punctured area. We now know that the venom doesn't contain flesh-eating disease, but it will still turn your skin to mush. At number 3, we have the giant huntsman spider. I know when something has a name like that, I should just leave it alone. I mean, it has HUNTSMAN right in the name. We didn't even know this spider existed until 2011. Let's just go back to that time and stay there. I don't like this one. Now, this thing isn't the most poisonous spider, but it can get up to a foot long and it moves very fast. In fact, it normally catches its prey not from a web, but by chasing it down like some sort of cheetah. The good thing is that this spider only inhabits caves in Laos, so you don't have to worry about it crawling into your home anytime soon. At number 2, we have the 6-eyed sand spider. Now, unless you are in a desert in Africa, you shouldn't worry about running into this guy, so how did he get so high on this list? Well, it's because this little dude does 2 things. It will hide in the sand and then jump out, which makes it a lot easier for this guy to sneak up on you, and it has something called cryotoxin. This is a toxin that will break down cells, mainly your organ cells, destroying your liver and kidneys until you die from organ failure, and there is no known vaccine. So yeah, that's why. And for the number 1 spot, we have the Brazilian wandering spider. Now, how about a spider that has one of the deadliest poisons on the planet? That's right, the Brazilian wandering spider has the most powerful neurotoxin known to man. So I guess I'll be canceling any future trips to Brazil. The bite from this spider can kill you if you do not receive the anti-venom quickly, and it will be the slowest, most painful death you could possibly experience. It will start with an intense pain at the point where you have been bitten. This will have you reeling over in pain, but you better move because you don't have a lot of time left. After that, you will start to go through stages of paralysis, losing control of your face, your hands, and your limbs until you are lying limp. Then your organs will slowly start to shut down until you die from suffocation. Yeah, no thanks. Alright everyone, that has been our list, and as promised, I'm going to be doing some more pet shoutouts. Remember, if you want me to shout out your pet, you can hit me up on Instagram. I pick new pets every day, so if you don't get picked one day, you can message back another day. I usually pick who messaged most recently, so if I don't pick you, you can just message again and again and again and again if you want. If it takes me a little while to get back to you, I'm very sorry. I have a lot of these to do, and without taking any longer, let's shout out some pets. To kick off, we have a little bird that I didn't get the name of, so I'm just gonna call him Geraldo Magnifico. Then we have Socks, and I gotta say, that seems like the perfect name for this little cat, dude. He looks like a Socks. After that, we have Moody, who is a beautiful bird. Look at how pink this dude is. That's crazy. Next up, we have Luna, who was sent to us all the way from El Salvador. Hey. And to close it out, we have one of the cutest little cats I have ever seen. This is Sweet Pea. She just got her little tongue out as she's sleeping. That's amazing. So adorable. All right, everyone, that has been our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Until next time, I've been your host, Jade Arena, and stay away from big, gross spiders. Bye. Spit. The good thing is that this spider only inhabits. The good thing is that this.